Now, I'm happy to do it if we have to, but I'd rather not.
Yeah, and speaking of that, planning for disaster recovery, backups, and high availability groups, all of that ties in.
So there's a couple of keys here. I mean, disaster recovery and high availability overlap quite a bit, but they can be two very different things. And disaster recovery is what happens if your primary data center, whatever location you have all your SQL servers in, gets knocked out. We worked with a client just last year where we just got log shipping set up with them, going from one location to another city, a data center in another city. And like the weekend after we got that configured, we were about ready to test it, and they lost their primary data center temporarily because of some local issue that took it out. So what was going to be our test of switching over to their second data center with log shipping for disaster recovery ended up being a real situation. It took us about, I think, an hour to two to get that up and going for them at that second location because it wasn't fully scripted. But now we have it fully scripted, and if the same thing happened, we're able to do it in about 15 minutes. So that is one of those things that, what happens if your primary data center goes away? Are you okay losing all of your SQL servers for 3 or 4 days or a week while some local disaster, whether it's something to do with the local data center or weather or who knows what, takes out your system? Most people are not okay with that and coming up with a good plan. Now, high availability and disaster recovery can play hand in hand, and things like setting up SQL Server availability groups and setting up redundancies, we help with that all the time, where you can set up multiple servers in an availability group so that if one goes down, the other one immediately takes over. I think working on a combination of those, but figuring out how you're going to be in a better position than you are today, and at least understanding what your position is today so you can figure out how to be better. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be better than how you are now. And because we're just talking about New Year's resolutions here, how do we make it a little bit better?